Nothing left to confess. There's nobody here I need to impress. And while the chemicals were killing me, it never left you stealing me. I feel your divinity in my vicinity whenever I am depressed or under duress. And I know my abilities you've been giving me. Lyrically, spiritually, I am blessed. Gates is not the only bill that I've been observing, and not the only bill that I find kind of disturbing. Let's go back to the year 1986 and meet the 99th Congress. What a bunch of dicks. They came up with H.R. 4456, the Child Vaccination Act. And here's a wild, fascinating fact. If your company that you own and they supply the vaccine, somebody died, nobody gets tried in a court of law at all. Problem solved. No retribution, no legal solution. You all scot-free. Watch me. Hop on a plane with Mr. Epstein. Now boarding the Lolita Express. Whoa, look over there, man. Is that Eminem and Stephen Colbert? And look, it's the two Bills, Clinton and Gates. Oh man, and they look like they're hitting on that girl that we met on the plane. The one that was with Ghislaine. I think her name was Courtney. Shit, she's only 14. We need to get the fuck up out of here. I got nothing left to confess. There's nobody here I need to impress. And while the chemicals were killing me, it never let you steal me. I feel your divinity in my vicinity whenever I am depressed or under duress. And I know my abilities you've been giving me. Lyrically, spiritually, I am blessed. I'm blessed. Now, let's say that you've got a foundation and almost all your donations, they're directed toward the containment of a particular contagion. And one of your experts, he's kind of grouchy, his name is Mr. Fauci. He comes up with an equation. Fear plus persuasion equals the creation of a frightened nation whose panic and lack of education and only wanting just some protection from this agent of infection, they head in your direction and they ask Mr. Bill for their injection.
Wanting just protection from this agent of infection.
Why don't you go get your shine box?
Your direction.
Go get your fucking shine box,
Their
Tony.
injection.
I got nothing left to confess. There's nobody here I need to impress. And while the chemicals were killing me and never left you stealing me, I feel your divinity in my vicinity whenever I am depressed or under duress. And I know my abilities you've been giving me. Lyrically, spiritually, I am blessed. I'm blessed. Dear Bill, I wrote you, but I keep getting returned to sender. I've even tried your wife Melinda, but she's putting a block on my calls. There's a rumor she might have a cock and balls. I apologize for the cursing. I guess you two are never in the same room at the same time, so people think you might be the same person. But anyway, fuck it, man. What's been up? How's the vaccine biz? I know you wish that everybody was on board like Maxine is. Oh, guess what? My wife's pregnant again. You remember Myrtle? Yeah, I always seem to wind up with the skanks. And what's up with you having 3 kids? I thought Melinda was infertile and you were shooting blanks. And what's up with all these tanks? I see them being transported on a train. Is that for martial law? This shit's getting insane. You remember when I met you in New Delhi and you were complaining that it was really smelly? Well, I asked you if it was safe getting that polio vaccine and you said I was making a great decision. Yeah, well, my daughter's okay, but my son Micah, he lost his vision. Yeah, it's been some time and a lot of tears now. And Micah, he's been blind for years now. He's gotten pretty good at walking with a cane, though. Anyway, hit me up, yo. I got nothing left to confess. There's nobody here I need to impress. And while the chemicals vicinity whenever I am depressed or under duress. And I know my abilities you've been giving me. Lyrically, spiritually, I am blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another. Let's see, it's Monday night evening catch up. Let's see who we got in chat. We have OMG was the first one in, strapped to the Hilton and waiting for election day. Strapped to the Hilton, or are you strapped to the hilt? I guess that's a saying, right? I'll be going through St. Louis and Kansas City tomorrow. Nice, sounds fun. All right, great. So what's been going on? I hope everybody's weekend was a good one. My weekend has been eventful. Let's just put it that way. And I haven't accomplished nearly as much as I'd like to accomplish. I'm putting too many goals on myself. I don't know, but something to that effect. Other than that, I went to the doctor today. Everything seems to be going pretty well, right? So not a bad thing.
Improving even of the last time.
Am I? Yeah, I suppose. Well, I was wearing flip flops in the last. They make you walk like 6 minutes and see how well you do, how far you go in 6 minutes, and so I improved. But the first time I did that, I was doing that in flip flops. Anyway, that's my own personal thing. I hope you don't mind a little bit too personal of information going on right there. 2 guns and 6 mags. That's it? That's you strapped up? I mean, not to boast. No, I won't boast. No, I'm glad you're doing all right, OMG. I hope everything works out for you. Going through St. Louis and Kansas is... I don't know. I haven't gone through there lately. Is it bad politically? Is it like a lot of riots going on there? Armed Dark Angel is in the chat. What's up, everybody? Hey, Armed Dark Angel. Thanks for coming and checking out the stream over on the other channel. In fact, a little bit of the stuff that happened this weekend was on the other channel. I was streaming over there, doing some gaming, right? And one of the people that I had been streaming with for a few weeks now, we'd get together on Saturdays and play little games, and then I'd put it up later on or whatever like that. In fact, last Saturday I actually streamed it. We did some Halloween games and I streamed it. Well, this person is all bent out of shape because he doesn't think that I should get the views that I'm getting over on that channel because he's a smaller channel. He's got like 36 subs total. Okay, I've got like 1,800 subs on that channel. Now, a lot of that channel was a vaping channel originally, right? Some people stayed, some people left, some people still are there but don't really watch, right? And new people come in every day. And we had this long conversation about YouTube and life and gaming and all that stuff, right? Because we're doing these live multiplayer games or whatever. And I tell him how I get views because I'm getting about 1,000 views per video, right? And I've only been doing this for about a month and a half. And he doesn't think I deserve that. I don't know how long he's been doing it. He's probably been doing it longer. He's got his 36 subs. He's getting like 6 views per video. Something like that, right? He comes out and tells me, there's no way you deserve the numbers that you're getting right now. Your content isn't good enough for it. I'm like, oh, no, you didn't. This is supposed to be a friend. We had been friendly up until that point, right? Had conversations on Discord offline, not recorded or anything, just BSing and stuff like that. So yeah, that was fun. Now I gotta go into all the channels that I post my stuff and promote myself into, and like, hey, this guy's probably going around talking negative stuff about me. Basically what it is that he went into my tags, and I had told him this because we had this long conversation. So I had told him how I put tags in my videos, right? So if I do a video that a popular YouTuber did, now this was gaming, and I know a lot of you aren't in gaming, so let me put this into terms of gun videos, right? Let's say Demolition Ranch You should all know who Demolition Ranch is. Does a video on the Comrade. In fact, I probably did put it in the text. So I have a Comrade 12. I bought the Comrade 12 because one of the reasons is Demolition Ranch, right? He did a video on it. I was impressed. I wanted the gun. I bought the gun. I did a video on it. I most probably, it's been a long time, but I probably put Demolition Ranch in the tags. Now he says by doing that, I am claiming to be that person. And then it's underhanded and I don't remember what else he called it, but underhanded and not, dishonest. I think it was dishonest. But I'm not claiming to be Demolition Ranch. So I come across and I say, no, if I was saying that I'm Demolition Ranch, I'd be Demolition Ranch 2. All my tags would be, well, not just my tags, but all my social medias, my banners, everything would be Demolition Ranch style in their font, the whole bit, right? That's how I pretend to be somebody that I'm not. Me putting in my tags their channel because they are popularly known for that whatever. So for this game, right, I go and I find the game that I'm playing, see which YouTubers are the most popular that are playing that game, and then insert their names into my tags. Not claiming that I am them. Basically what that might do, and I don't even know if it actually does it, is if somebody searches for their video, my video might appear over on the side in the recommendeds. Maybe. But that...
He made it out like, oh, you're tagging them, acting like you're playing with them.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's little people doing little people stuff. You know what I mean? All right, so that's my drama. Thank you for listening to my drama. That's why I love you guys more than I love them. You are my favorites. I worry it will be after Trump wins. Hey, Armed Archangel, I used to watch your vape videos. Right on. Wow, you're OG then, OMG. I didn't know you had been around that long. Thank you for that. Yeah, I did. Well, I think you said you watched them, but I think you said it was on here, right? So did you ever know about the actual vaping channel? Halters, just ignore them. Oh, haters. Yeah. Well, no, I would love to just ignore somebody, but he is friends with a lot of people that I am friends with, that I'm also trying to get my name out there with, that I have built relationships with in order to play multiplayer games with, so that I can, grow that channel. So I do worry about that. So I put out a little statement to every single person that I play with, saying, hey, this is what I do. This is why I do it. And if he hasn't talked to you about it, then I'm not going to mention his name. I didn't mention his name, right? So I don't want to cause any unnecessary drama. First of all, he's punching at me, and I'm a bigger YouTuber than he is, right? So maybe that's what he's doing. Or maybe he just thinks he's the YouTube police and he's going to take me down. I don't know what it is, but he's definitely going after. He's trying to split up. Like, I'm really close with a group of people on Twitch. It's a husband and wife that are on Twitch. And me and Riddle Girl, we love watching their content. We play with them sometimes when we're not on here. And he's over there right now because they're on live right now. He's over there right now talking to them in Discord and on their chat. I don't know what of, but most likely, like, can you believe that guy? He's such a jerk. So there's my drama. What's up, Broken Patriot? Bride's in the house. Sounds like the guy is a little clueless. You're an articulate speaker and unscripted. You always have been a good speaker. Are you kidding me, Bri? Bri, what channel are you watching? You must be watching I think you're chatting in the wrong thing. I'm a good speaker? Nah. I'll tell you how it is to me, but at the same time, I mess up words all the time, and then I'm definitely not a good reader. We already know that. But hello to you too, bro. I appreciate the compliment. I really do. That's amazing. I've never been told that. Like, you are the first. You are my first. Bride.
Now you'll always have a special place.
You
in
will.
my heart.
You will always. That you can never be replaced. Armed Archangel, bro, just tell him to eat a bowl of dick flakes. If I had his address, I would probably send him a bag of dicks. But I don't. And I'm not, as I said, I sent out a letter, well, not a letter, but a statement, a small statement to everybody that I play with. I did not mention his name on purpose. And I said, you know, I'm not going to do that because that if he hadn't contacted them, right? And he might not have. I don't have any proof that he did. But if he did not contact them, I don't want to spread this drama around. Nobody, I don't know. Maybe other people like drama. I don't like drama. I hate drama. And for some reason, it's been thrust upon me. And I feel like, shoot, if you're going to try to expose me, let me beat you to it. I'll expose myself before you can. And so I'm over there. Exactly. I did. I went there and I exposed myself. I told him exactly what I do and why I do it. You know what I just told you about Demolition Ranch and using him in the tags of my Comrade 12 video? I told him that. That's exactly what I do. For that chance that I might be listed in the recommendeds on the side of the video. Not to say that I am Demolition Ranch, because if I was saying I am Demolition Ranch, I would have everything the same as Demolition Ranch, right? And not only Demolition Ranch might have been in that tag, anybody else who was doing videos on the Comrade 12 at the time could have been in those tags, right? That's how you promote. That's one way how you can promote yourself on YouTube, and I don't think it's underhanded, but he does. So there you go. I spent all day learning how to citizens arrest for rioter and laws on how to ship ammo. That's a good thing to know. I had a talk with my neighbor recently about citizen arresting stuff because of some things that have been going around in my area of late. I'm a little hesitant on it. I don't... You can get in a lot of trouble if you're wrong or if you do something wrong, right? Then you're liable personally and you could go to jail. You could get sued. There's so many things that could happen to you. However, if you're going to do citizen's arrest, make sure you get zip ties or handcuffs, one of the two. That's one reason why I would not do that right now, because I do not have those things. I've been on the tube since they first uploaded. Okay. Since who? You haven't been with me since I first uploaded, I'm sure of it. If you have, oh my goodness. What the heck? I've been on since 2006. I've had quite a few channels. The vaping channel / gaming channel is not my first channel. It is my second best performing channel. This is still my best channel. But it's hard to perform on here now. Well, I don't... technically, I guess the gaming channel is better performing. I get more views there than I do here. And that's mostly because this is shadow banned. It's shadow banned, and I'm doing the live chats, which is always going to have less viewers for some reason, but more engaged viewers. And you know what? Having less viewers, but more that are engaged, I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, I already read that. Hey, off subject. What is your take on the Hollow Sun 503? Ooh, that went blurry real bad, didn't it? I don't have the Hollow Sun 503. I have this one. This is the Hollow Sun HE510CGR. I'm an absolute fan of Hollow Sun. It's on my 300 blackout pistol. You know the one that I always show? The one that I really, really love because it's my newest. This is on it. And I absolutely adore it. 5-year battery life. You have 3 modes. You have the dot by itself. You have the circle by itself. And then you have the circle with the dot. Right? It has what is called the Shake Awake technology. And it's a watch battery. Now, I had the EOTech Zombie Hunter, all right, because I had a Zombie Hunter gun. I was in that crew, right? And that thing cost me $550. Took CR123 batteries that lasted maybe a week, even if I didn't turn it on very much, right? I don't know why, but it just ate the batteries whether I used it or didn't. The Hollow Sun with the Shake Weight technology, if it just sits for 10 minutes, it turns itself off. But as soon as you touch it, as soon as it senses any kind of motion, it automatically turns itself on. Now, it also has solar panels, which it aids in powering. So if it's dark, the solar panels aren't going to help. But if you're outside shooting in the desert, solar panels are probably going to charge it enough to where or it doesn't charge it. It uses the solar power before it uses the battery, right? So if you're out in a bright sunny day, you probably won't use any battery at all. It'll probably just be from the sun, from the solar panels. And this is really great because remember, everybody says, well, when the SHTF happens, what are you going to do when you can't find batteries? I'm going to go out in the sun and hope that that's enough because, you know, at night I still have iron sights on it. So there you go. I love Hollow Sun. As far as the one that you suggest or talked about, let's see. I already lost that one.
503, but it looks
The
like there's
503.
multiple models. 503R, 503GU, 503C, 503CU. It's the more roundy one.
Oh, the round tubular one, the ones that are about $150 ish.
Yeah.
I don't like the long tube just because for me the field of view. I didn't like the field of view. It's too narrow of a field of view. I want a wider field of view, so that's why I went with the one I have. And it's got a pretty nice wide field of view. It's a little pricey. This one cost me like $350. But once again, I had an EOTech that cost me $550. So this one was cheap in comparison. Dude, way back to the Dragon days. Always been good to listen to. Thank you, Bri. I go back further than Dragon, but I do appreciate it, bro. I mean, I love the Dragon. That was great fun. Just BSing with everybody. Hollow Sun is good for the money. Heck yeah, it is. In fact, I was talking with my good friend Irish USMC vet, and he said the military might be adopting it, and that he's trying to pick one up before they do, because once they do, you will not find them, and they will be a lot more expensive. So if you're looking at picking up a Hollow Sun, you might want to jump on it when you can. Obviously, you might have some issues right now because of things, but at the same time, it could be worse later on. I've had mine for a little over a year, I believe. Maybe a little bit longer, maybe a year and a half, and I absolutely love it. I have nothing bad to say about it at all. And I still run in the same batteries, and I'm sure I will be in the next 4 years. And the batteries are not expensive, so there you go. I subbed to thousands of channels. Right on, OMG. I have a lot of subscriptions. I don't know who all I'm subbed to, but I try to keep it somewhat tight. What's up, Irish? We were just talking about you with the Hollow Sun. You can only citizens arrest someone if you witness a felony. Okay. Well, my neighbor said, and my neighbor is totally right, that if a guy takes a crap on my lawn, I can citizens arrest him because that's indecent exposure. No, I have been on YouTube since it first came online. Okay, well, not since it first came online, but when it first got popular. As I said, I came on in 2006, so it's like about a year or two after. Use iron sights. I love iron sights. I have iron sights. You have 2010 vision. Is that good or bad? I don't even remember.
Pretty good.
Is that? Well, I know 2020 is normal, but then you get into all these like 2030s, and I don't know. I'm glad you got great vision. I don't. When I use iron sights, I can do it about to 100 yards and still be somewhat accurate. After that, it's kind of guessing. Seems like there are multiple models of the Hollow Sun 503. Yes, there is. I got 2 boomsticks. Finally, a PPS 43 M57 with combat grips. Combat grips? I did see you posted a video. I did not watch it. I am sorry. I should totally watch it. Your videos are not very long usually, so I should totally watch that. I just ordered this, and then you gave... Ooh, you just ordered a Hollow Sun. All right, hold on. Let me see. Copy link location. I want to see it.
It looks like it's a fancier version of those tubular ones.
Oh, yeah. This is like the updated model, right? So this is, yeah, this is basically the updated model. This is the solar panel itself. Oh, why is it? You can't see my mouse. The solar panel area looks a little bit bigger than the old ones. And it now has a screw-on cap up top where I think the original ones had a side piece where the words are there on the side that would come out, and that's where you'd put the battery. That's kind of where mine is. Mine Once again, you can't see it because it's on the other side of the reticle, but it's right about here where the battery goes. Congratulations. I hope you like it. I mean, this one's about $100 more than the original ones that I'd seen. But as I said, I think the prices of these are going to continue to go up. Which model is night vision co-witness friendly? Oh, dude, I haven't looked into that, bro. I'm not that well versed in this stuff. I apologize. I do think that most of them are. I think mine is. I could be wrong. Don't take my word for it. But I'm probably wrong. Sorry, I can't answer that question with 100% accuracy on that one. I have night sights on my SIG that I'm carrying right now and fiber optics on my Smith & Wesson that I've had in appendix. The SIG is in a leather outside the waistband. What's up, RG? How are you doing? Please do hit the like button if you enjoyed the chat. OMG says both are concealed. Okay. Right on. So you're carrying 2 pistols? Nice. I'm buying the Atomic brand glow paint to paint on my sights. Really, Atomic brand glow paint. Let me look at that real quick. Because I have these. Originally, I was going to go with the polymer diamond head flip up sights for my 300 blackout because they were somewhat cheaper and they have. Okay, so here it is. They were a little bit cheaper and they had these the inserts that glow. But then I found a deal on the actual aluminum ones. The aluminum ones are like $200 normally. I found a deal on them. I even made a video on it. I don't know if anybody bought them at the time, but they're usually like $200 at least, and I got them for like $88, which was crazy. It was considered a Black Friday in August sale last year, right? Oh man, that paint's pretty cool looking. Finally got my laptop back from my daughter. Well, that's good. I'm glad you got your laptop back. I didn't even know you had one, bro. I thought you just had a desktop. Thank you, sir. My Walther PPQ Q5 Match SF. So slim frame has a RMR cut. Remind me again what RMR is. Relief something. I know with that many models, one has to be especially if Army's looking to buy it. I'll look in once I get AK. I need good sights anyway. Bought ammo mags instead of invest in sights. So far, I have not seen anything bad about the Holosun. They put them on shotguns, 50 cals, the whole bit, and they survive. I mean, do your own research on that a little bit.
It's cut.
Oh, the cut for the little red dot. Yeah, and Holosun makes that little red dot. So if you're getting that cut in it, oh, who said that again? Sorry, my memory is about this freaking long. OMG, if you're going to get that cut in there for a little red dot, look at Holosun. They got some that go right in there. Okay, that's a good introduction. I know with that many models, one has... Okay, I read that. Let's get on to it. The TDS afflicted Yale professor tries to claim Trump worse than Hitler. On Twitter, no suspension. She quotes, "At least Hitler improved the daily life of his followers, had discipline, and required more of himself to gain the respect of his followers." Wow. Absolutely wow. There is a video on YouTube on how to make glow paint stronger. I think it's Atomic brand, but others will work. One good option, take rear sight off paint front with glow paint. One good option, take rear sight off. Paint front with glow paint. Okay. Interesting. Now I need a bigger desk and a USB switch. Yeah, you might. I mean, if you don't have enough USBs in your computer. I know I'm running out with all the lights that I'm running right now. Thanks a lot, Broken Patriot, for getting me on the whole light, craze. Now I'm all lit up, seeable. It's in certain segments of the radical left, anti-Semitic, right? Semitic, thank you. Anti-Semitic and even Holocaust denial have been alarmingly commonplace. So, hate speech is deemed inappropriate unless it's the kind of hate speech they like. But Yale University psychiatrists took it a step further, offering glowing praise for a Nazi dictator, Adolf Hitler. He was a socialist. National Socialist Party. I mean, it's in the name. Adolf Hitler, in order to set up an unfavorable comparison between him and President Trump. At least Hitler, yeah, we wrote that. Even with the same pathology, there are varying degrees of competence, she continued. Trump has been barnstorming the country in the final days before the democratically run election, taking his case directly to the American people with up to 7 rallies in a day. Dude, he's putting in work. As he did on Sunday. It is unclear what Lee was referring to when she suggested that Hitler improved the daily life as to those sent to the concentration camps and ultimately to their deaths under Nazi regime. They no doubt would have begged to differ. Others were conscripted, whether by choice or not, into Nazi army and forced to fight a two-front war against Allied forces to defend the territory that Hitler claimed from other sovereign nations. And the reason I put up the George Soros thing, we're not talking about George Soros as far as I know. I haven't read all the articles all the way through. But just because, yeah, a lot of people forget that George Soros, one of the leading people for the leftist movement, actually worked for the Nazis and helped them round up Jews that, they needed to re-educate. People like to conveniently forget that. Trump, meanwhile, has sought to secure American borders and prevent such incursions from taking place as illegal immigrants disregards American sovereignty and ignore its laws. Lee ultimately received enough backlash to remove the original tweet, but she remained smugly defiant in her follow-up explanation, claiming it was not provoking thought throughout, but the opposite. It was not provoking thought, but the opposite. Despite clearly sympathetic tone in her original tweet, Lee claimed that she was not seeking to minimize Hitler's atrocities. There was no word on whether her glowing praise for the genocidal German leader would result in any sort of rebuke from Yale or a Twitter fact check. Well, obviously, I don't think it will. She's talking about Trump. He's worse than Hitler, right? How can you... Oh my goodness. Among the programs she boasts on her impressive resume are a co-founding role in the Violence and Global Health Symposium through Yale's Macmillan Center for International and Area Studies. She's also been involved in the Violence Prevention Alliance through the World Health Organization. Okay, so she's a member of the World Health Organization. Lee has most notably written several anti-Trump screeds and has led the efforts to have psychiatrists try to diagnose Trump with a mental health disorder, even though none have specifically examined or consulted him in any way. She has made regular media appearances on the topic of Trump, although she did not appear to have any background research in Nazi Germany or among her scholar exploits. So she doesn't know a darn thing about it, but she's trying to talk. She was what I would call super triggered. She's a super trigger. Yeah. Okay, a USB switch lets you run 2 PCs while using only one set of peripherals. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm back. Thank you all for sticking around. Let me just confirm that I'm back, and then we'll continue on where we were at. Says I'm offline so far. Riddle, have you seen anything moving just as of yet? Not of yet. Okay. Oh, it's going to be one of those nights. Even my chat is kind of froze. I don't see anybody chatting about how it's gone. Okay. Still says I'm offline. Check. Okay, here we go. Maybe I'm live now. We got one person. Yeah, there we go. We got one person on D Live, 8 people on YouTube. All right, cool, sweet. Okay, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Apparently, I've been having them a lot lately. And if you were watching the Saturday stream, oh my goodness, did we have some issues with that stream. In fact, we got shut down. Yeah, we got shut down in that stream, which was interesting, right? All right, let's just check this real quick. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Be right back. Please wait. You're back. Sweet. Y'all see me? Great. So, as I was saying, this lady's super triggered. And then I was reading the comments. How has evil people like Soros lived that long? Dude is sharper than Biden at 90 years old, said Riddle Girl. And it is, as a religious man, I think that a lot of the reasons why people die sometimes is because that's not necessarily the will of God. I don't think it's the will of God, but the will of somebody else. And that person has a lot of power and pull on this world. And I think that he also gets to keep people around that's doing work for him. Let's just leave it at that, okay? All right. Joe tweeted he wanted to get rid AR High Cap Mag more register that makes me nervous of a false flag. He also wants to have Beto as his gun czar. So, you know, the whole hell yeah, I want to take your AR-15. Hell yeah, I want to take your AK-47. That guy, yeah, that's going to be his new gun czar. So, look forward to that, if you will. Okay, I saw that if he does, then we'll all go. Then we all know what we got to do. I have a USB hub if you want it. Oh, for me?
Yeah, I told him we're interested.
Are we?
Yes.
What would we do with it? I only have the one. Well, I mean, you have a laptop, I suppose.
No. The hub would give you more USB ports to plug all your lights and crap into.
Oh, okay. I read Soros is dead, but all his ideas are still being funded. I don't know. I haven't seen Soros in a long time personally, so I can't really attest to his alive or not alive personally. We'll have to back up what we've been saying. Definitely interested. Okay. I'm gearing up and listening here. Only I chat. As always, he's the devil. There you go. Okay. Leaked Zoom call allegedly shows anti-Trump bureaucrats plotting a coup to shut down D.C. A leaked Zoom video posted by the watchdog group Sunrise Exposed purported to show anti-Trump resistant agents within the federal government who were plotting to disrupt the bureaucracy if President Trump is reelected. That appeared to include leaking material, although it was unclear if the individuals on the call who advocated for the admitted to doing so were referring to illegal leaks of classified information. Leak everything you can, said an individual identified as Comrade Loke. They're calling themselves comrades? Wow. The journalists I've dealt with have been super ethical in ways to shield me, to be the source of the leaks. Concluding with leakers inside the government expressly for the purpose of serving a political agenda would in fact likely violate the journalism code of ethics, which calls on journalists to act independently and to be accountable/transparent in the reporting as 2 of the 4 main tenets. Excuse me. Shockingly, the leftist radicals said the one priority was to make sure that the word coup was included in the discussions. Trump has been highly critical of salacious past efforts involving deep state operatives from the Obama intelligence community, often referring them to their efforts as a coup. We also are often saying that call it a coup. It's a coup. Don't let anyone tell you it's not, said a person identified as Facilitator RG. So they're using code names. Ooh. I'm sure there's a government plant in that. There's always a government plant in any kind of group. Mariah Stephan used a quote from the former President Harry Truman about being thwarted by bureaucrats to celebrate the power that the unelected civil servants turned activists could wield in their efforts to promote government dysfunction. Quote, the bottom line is that we all, as ordinary people, as federal workers, have power, she said. If masses of people engage in non-cooperation, no ruler can stay in power, she continued. Bureaucracy is a really powerful pillar, and federal workers have unparalleled familiarity with bureaucratic processes. Then they also go on to say, I just want to remind people that we lose our status as federal employees if we strike. Scarlett complained. Oh, okay. Maybe I should have read some of this. Overt on the clock demonstrations, even those in support of nonpartisan left-wing causes such as BLM Matters, could be their genuine taxpayer-funded pension and benefits in jeopardy. Wow. So there you go. They're worried that might happen. One of these groups openly advocating for a coup, Chose Democracy, shared a P.O. Box address with the American Defense and Military PAC, which is affiliated with Representative Adam Smith of Washington, the chairman of the House of Armed Service Committee. Despite openly endorsing a coup, the group's public materials claim that its efforts are designed to prevent one. What do you guys' thought on that? Go to my latest video. A guy posted video in my comments. I seen the intersection plan. It's sick. Insurrection plan. They won't. These people are seriously triggered. Almost time to use the second. Well, the ballot box is our first choice. And don't do anything rash. If you were even thinking about doing anything, ask yourself this question. Is it, well, I don't know what you need to ask yourself, but pray about it if you're a godly person and think about it if you're not. It's a huge thing to do if you decide to, right? Most likely, especially if it's just you, you're going to be considered a crazy. Your whole family is going to like, oh, I didn't understand, this. It's going to be bad. You're not going to be looked at as a hero or anything like that. Just know that. You'll be a crazy kook. Right? If you do it with others, make sure you are aware that there are others that are infiltrating. And they are taking that information that they're gathering back to people in power. Whether it be Washington or wherever. Every group has been infiltrated. Especially the well-known ones, right? Now, if you get together with a group of people you've been hanging with since, grade school, you might have a chance, right? If you make somebody do a felony with you, you might have a chance. But apparently they might be doing that kind of stuff now too. I don't even know. All I'm saying is don't go out and do nothing. I am not inciting no violence, especially here on YouTube. I would never do that. So if you think about doing anything like that, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and definitely put a lot of thought into it, because I do not. There's a person, and I don't know. My good friend Irish USMC vet thinks that there's somebody out there on YouTube that is watching these chats and then making his own videos and not saying my name but giving me shit, basically, right? I forgot what channel I was on. I try not to cuss on the other channel. He's on his channel. He's coming out and saying that people playing Boogaloo Boys, because I do have Boogaloo Wednesdays. It's kind of a fun thing for me to do. I like the shirts and I enjoy the meme and I play around with it, right? Pretending that they're going to go do something when they're not. Stuff like that. I don't know. I watched part of the chat that he did or video he did, and I couldn't really tell if he was talking about me or not. And that's fine, because we had this conversation. When Irish was doing his chats, the morning muster, this guy would come on, and he enjoyed the chats for a long time, and I enjoyed him being there. I have opinions on cops. Well, unbeknownst to me, this person was a cop, and was not too happy with my opinion on the police, right? Because to him, you know, Blue Lives Matter or something. I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but he was not a fan, okay? That much is pretty obvious. Later on, I subscribed to him at the time, right? So I'm already subscribed to him. I'm already kind of watching his content. I'm really busy, so I have a hard time catching everybody's content. I do apologize. But then later on, I noticed that he wasn't in anymore, and I saw that he had posted a video. I'm subscribed to him. I'm like, hey, I haven't seen him in a while. Let me go watch that. And he's talking about being a cop and George Floyd and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know you were a cop. Type it in the comments. I have a lot of opinions on that. You know, not all great, obviously, because I'm not going to come out and lie. I love cops. No, I said, I have some opinions on that, on, you know, good cops versus bad cops. And I had forgotten if we'd had that conversation. My memory, once again, about that long. You know, but I'm putting in the chat, you know, I have some opinions on this that might not go along with yours, but I would love to have you on a chat, you know, because I can have people on the chat here. I would love to have you on the chat, and we can talk about this and maybe, you know, have a back and forth, and that might not only boost your channel and my channel, but it also might give some insight to people who aren't really sure. You know, I might make some good points. You might make some good points. So the guy responds to me with, I've already seen your opinion on when it comes to police. No, he didn't even say that. He says, I've already seen enough of your opinion and here on YouTube, and I don't want to deal with you anymore. Like, oh, okay. I didn't realize that. And then after a little while, I started thinking, okay, that maybe, you know, he's a cop. Maybe he was in there when I was bashing on cops in Irish's chat. I wasn't bashing on them. I was speaking my truth. You're right. Aren't we all supposed to speak our truth? So there you go. Supposedly he's making videos about me. I don't know. I watched it. I don't even remember why I got on this topic.
Don't read it out loud. Just read it.
I'm not gonna read it out loud. Dang, Russ is going. Nah. Well, I'm not gonna mention names. Just like if you remember earlier in the chat, for those who were here, you already heard this, but for those who just arrived, on my other channel is a gaming channel. I'm kind of going through some drama over there right now. I've got a person accusing me of doing something underhanded and dishonest, right? And so now I have to go, and I messaged all the people that I'm dealing with over on that channel to tell them, hey, this is what I'm doing, and here's why he's claiming it's dishonest. Here's why I don't think it is dishonest. He's trying to expose me to other people that I play with in the community over there, and I am trying to protect myself because obviously, you know, I've made relationships over there and I want to be able to continue those, right? It helps out my channel. It helps out their channel, hopefully, as well. But anyway, so I'm like, you're going to try to expose me. I'll beat you to the punch. I'll expose myself, right? So as far as this other person, you do whatever you want to do, right? If anybody has an issue with me, I am more than willing to take it up and talk about it. This person was not. This person didn't want to come on and have a discussion about it. He had heard my opinion on police and has decided that he doesn't need to hear anymore. By all means. That's fine. You do you. But it's a shame because we could have had an actual debate. We could have actually had a decent talk. And if you know anything about me, you know that I give anybody a chance. I might disagree with you. I might disagree, challenge your opinions. I will definitely try to challenge your opinions, right? But I will do so in a respectful manner, and I will not resort to name calling. not only did he resort to that, but I mean, that was the first thing out of his mouth. I've already heard enough of your opinions to know what I need to know here on YouTube. Okay. By all means. But I do like it when people disagree with me. And I hope that the people over on the other channel, if they think that what I'm doing to promote my videos is wrong, let me know. If not, then I guess you're gone forever. Okay. I assaulted a cop when I was 13, OMG says. I killed a man when I was 19, self-defense, and got shot and shifty? Dang, dude. We might need to talk sometime. Shot a man 6 years ago. Self-defense. Did he live? I don't know.
That must have been how he got that video on his site about the gunshot wound in his leg. I'm wondering. It was about 6 years ago, I think the date was. Huh.
6 years ago when you were 19. You're 25 right now? Wow, you got to be one of the youngest people watching my chat other than Fallout Gaming. I think he might be a little younger.
He's like 16.
Yeah, he still lives with his parents. U.S. businesses board up for storefronts in anticipation of the post-election riots. Judging by the plywood, it's shaping up to be an election day like no other. In downtown Washington, the sounds of hammers and power tools echoed through the streets Monday as workers boarded up dozens of businesses. In New York City, businesses from Macy's flagship store in Herald Square to high-end shops in Manhattan, chic Soho neighborhoods have already covered their windows. Similar scenes play out in some of the other major cities across the U.S. Excuse me. With business owners fearing that Tuesday's election could lead to leftist riots like those that broke out earlier this year. I would think they would probably far surpass. Just a short walk from the White House, construction workers carried large sheets of plywood. For block after block, most stores had their windows and doors covered. Some kept just a front door open, hoping to attract a little business. We have to be ready, said Alan Kahn, 66, who works at the now barricaded downtown Washington liquor store where thousands of dollars in merchandise was stolen in June protest. They smashed the windows and just walked out with everything. Washington authorities pledged to keep the peace, with police officials saying the entire department would be on the job on election day. Yeah, I don't give you guys much credit because you can't stop nothing. Most of the time you're backing down, backing away, and letting them do whatever they do as long as it's not hurting nobody. Let me tell you, looting hurts people. And a lot of the times it hurts local businesses. You loot a Walmart, it's a little different. I'm not saying you should be able to loot a Walmart, but at the same time, it's a little different than if you loot like a local business that's struggling to get through all these times that we have to get through right now. Activists are preparing for another long-term occupation of Black Lives Matter Plaza, 1 block from the White House. Apparently they named it that. Wow. In New York City, a police department memo, 2 officers said called the vote one of the most highly contested presidential election in the modern era, and noted that the winner may not be decided for several weeks. Police there have been holding tabletop exercises to prepare for potential riots and shifting hundreds of officers to patrol duties. We want to be very careful not to either over-police, because that could send a signal, or to under-police. New York City Mayor de Blasio, speaking last week on a local radio show, said it was too early to predict what would happen, but the city would be ready. We're going to be prepared for lots of protests, prolonged protests, potentially different protest groups confronting each other, he said. If anything turns violent, we're going to move to stop that immediately. That's the key word, if it turns violent. Rioting, looting, burning things down, they don't consider that violent. They don't. What they consider violent is conservatives defending themselves from protesters, because those protesters are just exercising their First Amendment. Excuse me. More self-defense than most will ever have to do. I would imagine, bro. If you've had to do that, I would imagine you must live in a bad area or living a double life. No, 8M38.
He's 38 years old.
Oh.
It was 2 separate incidents.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have 2 self-defense. Wow, dude. Yeah, I haven't had one. I'm glad to not have one. And if you're hoping to have one, I'm sure OMG would say you don't want to hope to have one. Right? I would imagine. I could be wrong. I put words in your mouth. I apologize. But right now, I know when I first got into guns and I started carrying them, oh yeah, just come at me, brah. You gonna have a problem? Come on. I got a gun. You know what I mean? That goes away after a while, and then the realization comes in like, oh man, if I have to use this, not only am I going to have to deal with the legal issues, but as I get bent out of shape if I have to kill an animal. Okay? I'm not saying I love meat. I love hunting. I would love to hunt. I've never hunted, but I'll tell you right now, hunting for the meat is why I would hunt. I would definitely not hunt for the pleasure of it. Some people find it a sport. Some people want to go out and hunt and, you know, sneak around with deer piss all over themselves and climb up a tree and all that fun stuff, right? Me, personally, I will go hunt to eat and to feed my family, but I'm not looking at it as a sport. I'm not going to take pleasure from it. I've killed birds with guns before, and I always felt bad about that. Always. I don't know, man. I don't enjoy taking a life, whether it be an animal or a person. So the thought of self-defense and then having to deal, especially in the world that we find ourselves in right now, having to defend yourself from that. And even if you have that USCCA, you know, lawyer thing or whatever, they only protect you if it's like a home invasion. They say right there, saying that if you go out with body armor on and put yourself in harm's way, we're not defending you. So they would not defend Kyle Rittenhouse right now. There's no way they would. Right? So I am not looking forward to ever having to use self-defense. I'm ready if I have to. But not only will I be sad that have to face all of the stuff that I have to face legally, but taking another person's life, whether, you know, justified or not, that's still a heavy, heavy burden, in my opinion. At least for me. Let's see. OMG, the first guy lost, and the second guy is in prison, paralyzed from the chest down. Content insurance is expensive. Many businesses don't have content insurance here. Wow. What's up, M? How are you doing? Would not wish it on my worst enemy. All right, I was correct. Well, I'm glad I was correct, but thank you for letting me know what your opinion is on that. Yeah, most don't, and even the big box stores have a large deductible and exclusions for war acts of war, terrorism, rioting, and such. Well, during the last riots, we learned a little bit about how a lot of businesses don't have any protection for rioting. That's not even a thing in their insurance. I am a USCCA elite member. Okay, so what do you think about them? Am I correct, OMG, when I say that they will not cover you if you go out to one of these protests with body armor with your firearm and then you have to use it? Like, would they defend Kyle Rittenhouse if he had it? In your opinion. And it's just your opinion, and I'll take it as your opinion, but you're a member and I am not. I hope you never have to go through that again. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine a third time? Shot 2 hogs with an AK, 3 hogs with 308 with thermals. Walmart are designed covert to prison. They did in Texas turn into kid prisons ICE. Well, I do know that they use Walmarts because they're a big store and they're compliant to whatever the government wants them to do. Michigan gun stores cleaned out over the rioting fears. Gun stores in Michigan are being cleaned out by people buying firearms for the first time over the fears that there could be massive uncivil arrests following tomorrow's presidential election. That is correct. Tomorrow. Do not forget that tomorrow is the day that you vote, unless you already early voted like Tactical Tony did, like a few others do. If you do that, that's fine. That's not for me. I want to vote in person. I want to feed my thing into the machine myself. I do not trust anybody to take it for me, right? But if you're like me and you're going to vote, you know, in person tomorrow is and also do not forget your local laws. We got a lot of good ones here on the books and a lot of ones that I definitely want to vote no for, like 208. here in Arizona. 208 says that it's going to help out education in schools, that they're going to get more money for education. What they don't tell you is that they're going to raise the taxes of anybody that's making $200,000 or more by 25% in order to do so. And once again, I am not a fan of taxes. I don't care what it benefits. You can give me 25% of everybody's taxes if they make over $200,000, and I don't want it. Why? Because it's not right. It's theft. I'm not going to add more theft. I don't care who it's from. All right, so that's a big one. Also, legalizing of marijuana here in Arizona is on the book, so I will be voting for that too. It's probably the only.
That one comes with a 16% tax.
It does come with a 16% tax, but it's not taking the money away from somebody. You know what I mean?
It's not. It's more of a luxury tax type thing versus on your income.
There's a difference. And I've always said I would rather have everybody be taxed for sales tax and nothing else. And that would just work perfectly, right? The more you buy, the more you taxed. It works out because the richer you are, the more you buy. The higher the dollar stuff that you buy, the higher tax. And you can't get out of it because it's right there when you buy it. You could raise all the taxes for sales too. Like right now here in Arizona, it's 8% sales tax. Raise that up to 20%. I think that's about as much as I would be willing to pay. 20% across the board. If somebody buys something for $2, it's 20 cents. I think, if I did my math right. You know, but if you buy a yacht for $100,000, if that's how much a yacht goes for, you know, then that's $120,000. But you don't pay any other tax ever. Right now, our taxes are being taxed. We get taxed upon taxes upon taxes. If you only got a flat 20% and you never had to pay anything more than that, wouldn't that be nice? Okay. Anyway, how did I get off on taxes? Oh, the things that are on the bill. So when it comes to the marijuana thing, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the 15 or 16% tax because it's not taking it away from people who are making any kind of income. It's people who want to have the pot from a dispensary. You could still grow it yourself like Gerald B. does and not get taxed at all. For me, I'm going to not want to smoke it. I'm going to want to vape it or I'm going to want to eat it, right? So for me, I'm going to pay that 16% tax. I'm going to do it willingly and happily. Why? Because I don't have to make it myself in a crock pot for hours and figure out recipes for that. I'm just too dang lazy and old for that. I don't need to learn another skill. I got too many skills as it is, right? So, I don't know. That's probably the only democratic thing that I'm going to be voting for with all the Antifa. I'm sure all the Antifa are going to be voting for that. I pay no tax for my smoke in California. Right on. Marissa Hamilton is my friend, and she is running for the mayor of Phoenix. Wow, that's cool, Broken Patriot. Let me just make sure I didn't see or miss anything. They will only defend legitimate self-defense. Okay, but here's the problem. Legitimate self-defense is what? What is it? Because I would think that Kyle Rittenhouse is legitimate self-defense. He was asked to be there. He was there. He was helping people out. He was armed. He didn't go there looking to shoot, and he helped a lot of the protesters. I don't know. I plan on defending not just my own house, but I will defend my area as well. And I think I have every right to defend my area. You know, if they're coming down my main street that I'm near, you know, in their little thing, and they're looting and rioting along the way, I think that I have every right to go out there with a group of buddies, heavily armed, and make sure they don't trash this area. Will I go and shoot them on sight? No. But if they come at me, I will use self-defense. But I don't think that program will consider that legitimate self-defense. Rules of engagement will change next week. I put money on it. People want arson, dead, and other bad actor. I didn't see anyone else chatting until I close and reopen chat. Oh, I'm sorry, OMG. I pay no... Okay, I read that. Would they they would defend Rittenhouse? Okay. Okay, well, I only based this off, I think it was either an article or a video that I'd seen about it. And I can't even tell you which one it was. So it was just one of those things like, I don't know. I don't know if they would. And I want to spend money on an organization that won't defend me? Because I already spend a lot of money on a lot of stuff, and every little penny I have right now has to go somewhere important. And I would love to have it. I would love to have that kind of protection, that kind of insurance. It's what it is. It's insurance, just in case you got to use your gun in self-defense. I would love to have it. But my biggest fear is I'm going to be paying into it, and they're not horribly cheap either. You should know, you're platinum, right? They are not horribly cheap. So if I go in there and I'm wasting this money to then not have them defend me because maybe it's not politically correct to, like Kyle Rittenhouse, I don't know if they would, because they would come under a lot of scrutiny if they did right now. The B is for Build channel is doing a dual LS swap in his yacht. The B is for Build channel is doing a dual LS swap in his chat, maybe? They will post my bail if I get arrested for gun-related crimes. That's cool. I don't understand your comment there, Broken Patriot. All right, but everybody's buying up guns. Court documents show Joe Biden as a possible witness for son in fraud case. Ooh. A federal judge named Joe Biden as a possible witness along with his son Hunter in a criminal fraud case last year that ended in the convictions of 2 of Hunter's business partners, according to the little notice court documents. The Democratic presidential candidate appeared on a witness list, cast new doubt on his claims he knew nothing about his son's shady business dealings. Hunter Biden blamed one of his convicted partners, Devin Archer, for his father's name appearing on the list of potential witnesses in a juror questionnaire in the case, which was filed January 11, 2019. In a 47-minute recording recovered from his abandoned laptop, an agitated Hunter can be heard grousing about calls he's been getting from his father, who apparently was upset with the developments as he prepared to launch his campaign for the White House. And I am receiving calls from the U.S. Attorney's Office because my best friend Devin has named me as a witness without telling me in a criminal case, and my father without telling me, Hunter said in a May 11, 2018 recording, which is believed to be an audio tape of a conversation the troubled son had with an unnamed woman. Why are these people recording their phone calls? I'm kind of curious. Like, if you're going to do shady stuff, don't record it. Why did Nixon record it? Or did Nixon? I'm pretty sure it was Nixon himself who recorded that stuff, right? I don't understand it. Maybe I'm missing something on this. Before impaneling a jury in the fraud case, U.S. District Judge Ronnie Abrams of New York asked jurors if they had any dealings with individuals on a list that she provided, whose names may come up during the trial or who may be witnesses in the case. Joe Biden's name appears above his son on a list of dozens of individuals who might pose a conflict for prospective jurors selected from the jury pool, according to the January 2019 document. Wow. Joe Biden has insisted repeatedly that he has no involvement. I have never discussed with my son or bothered to anyone else to having anything to do with it. Yada yada. Not everyone is convinced though. If Joe knew nothing, why would his name be there as a witness? A Wall Street compliance officer who has already closely tracked several scrutinies fraud cases connected with the Biden, so he's looking into it. This guy Tony Kazeo. The Biden campaign had no comment. It has not disputed the authenticity of the emails and other messages found on Hunter's laptop. Yeah, they're just hoping it goes away. They haven't said a darn word about it. Just ignore it. But has dismissed the entanglement of Joe Biden in his son's affairs as a desperate smear campaign. A whistleblower, former partner of Hunter, however, said Biden is not being candid about his involvement. I have seen the vice president saying he never talked to Hunter about his business. I've seen firsthand that is not true, said the former business partner Tony Bobulinski. I've heard Joe Biden said he has never discussed his dealings with Hunter. That is false. I have firsthand knowledge about this because I directly dealt with the Biden family, including Joe Biden. The U.S. Navy veteran said he met multiple times with the vice president, including on a May 2nd, 2017, when Hunter Biden arranged for him to brief his father on a prospective Chinese business venture at Beverly Hills, California Hotel Bar. And this goes on a long ways. So we're going to change subject here. They will post, okay, if I got arrested in Cali for carrying a gun, they would bail me out of jail and defend me. Really? Even if it was, let's say, one of mine with a full high capacity magazine. Let's say I take my 300 blackout with a 150 round drum. with a stock that might make it go faster. I bet you they don't defend me then. No, but seriously, if you get arrested in Cal, first of all, if you get arrested in Cali for carrying a gun, you're not allowed to carry in California unless you have a permit to carry. And that's a may issue state, which nobody gets issued unless you're law enforcement, right? So let's say you don't get, if you don't have it, are you saying that since you don't have a CCW there in California, if you get busted there with a firearm, in possession of a firearm or whatever, not even using it, but just in possession of it, they're going to bail you out? If so, I might have to look into them. Okay, that's good to know. So you think it's a good investment to make, I feel. Broken Patriot, if you would like this channel, the United Spot. And then I think you sent a link. Yacht, he has a 40-foot yacht. Okay. And M, if that's the link to the other person's channel, that's fine. Just, let me know that's the link. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's got to be the link, right? I'm already subbed to that channel. Okay, they have some funny content. Are you suggesting that I am not funny? Do I not make you laugh? What kind of dance would you like this monkey to do for you? My SIG I'm carrying is a 17-round mag. Oh, that's not bad. I mean, that's decent. That's definitely high capacity in California. Awesome. I'm going to have to look. I'm either going to have to look into it more, or I'm going to have to talk to you offline or something, because I have about 1,000,000,001 questions. And I don't know. Maybe I can come up with the answers on my own, but you're basically saying everything I thought was wrong. So you're kind of making me rethink my whole thought about that place. Midwestern states with few virus rules have low unemployment. 5 of the 6 states with the nation's lowest unemployment rates are in the Midwest, having Republican governors, and have almost no restrictions intended to slow the spread of the Rona. The governors say their decisions not to impose harsher restrictions are paying off, with fewer businesses closures and more hiring reflected in strong jobless numbers. But economists say it's not so simple. Although businesses that are struggling during the pandemic can benefit when governors opt to not require masks or limit indoor gatherings, other factors may play an even bigger role in producing such low unemployment rates. And those same rules that could initially help the state's economies are also blamed for their leading the nation in the Rona infection rates, raising questions about whether the hands-off approach is sustainable. North Dakota and South Dakota have the most cases per capita in the U.S., and Nebraska and Iowa aren't far behind. Really? North and South Dakota have the most cases per capita? Interesting. I did not know that. And I want to move to South Dakota if I can. But at the same time, I think we're going to get it anyway. At some point, we're all going to get it. I just don't think it's as bad as they all say it is. All right, so that's all I'm going to read that. Yes, I'm an elite member. You were funny. Not as funny as that channel, though. Trump suggests he may fire Fauci after the election. President Trump is suggesting that he will fire Dr. Anthony Fauci after Tuesday's election as his rift with the nation's top infectious disease expert widens. Speaking at a campaign rally in Opelika, Florida. Sounds like an Eagles song. Oopalaka, oopalaka. Ah, hooked on a feeling. No. Okay. But that's what it sounds like. Anyway, he expressed frustration that a media-hyped alleged surge of the Rona in the United States this year remains prominent in the news, sparking chants of fire Fauci from his supporters. Don't tell anybody, but let me wait until a little bit after the election, Trump replied to thousands of supporters early Monday, adding he appreciated their advice. Trump's comments on Fauci less than 48 hours before polls close all but assure that his handling of the pandemic will remain front and center heading into Election Day. That's why he doesn't want to comment on it. It is the most direct Trump has been in suggesting he was serious about trying to remove Fauci from his position. Per capita. Yep. I sent you a message on Facebook about the inland sea that covered from California to Oklahoma during the Mesopotamic period. That's why you find the seashells in the desert. Okay. If you send a message to me on Facebook, you send it to the wrong person because I don't check Facebook. If you send it to Riddle Girl on Facebook, you might have a chance.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Right.
Riddle Girl.
But that's not this chat. That's not this chat. We can have that discussion Saturday. All right. And then the last one. Oh, that was the atomic. Or that stuff. There we go. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you. I hope you did enjoy it. Broken Patriot, I hope you don't take offense. I was just joking around. I will wait until your time runs out. Let's see how much time. 300 seconds is what, like 5 minutes? Is it 5 minutes? Dang. They need to have an adjustment where I can adjust how long I time somebody out. So I probably am not going to wait 5 minutes, Broken Patriot. If you're still watching, it was a joke. And I will see you later. But for right now, don't forget the descriptions below the video. So that's going to have like Adam Lawson's Blessed. That's the song that comes on before I come on live. So if you enjoy that song, that's where you can find it. It also has all the causes I believe in and support. There's a lot of good ones there, including ProjectRecover.org. It's an organization that goes out and looks for lost service members and brings their remains back to their families. And also, my good friend Irish USMC Vet has got a GoFundMe set up. He's trying to set up a location in Tennessee where veterans can come and live room and board free while learning a new skill like farming, gunsmithing, blacksmithing, and other things. So those are great causes that I believe in and I'll actually do support. Also, there's all the different ways that you can support my channel monetarily if you so choose to do so. It's totally up to you. Not required, but also very welcomed. If you don't want to support monetarily, but you do want to support the channel, liking, subscribing, hitting the bell, and the best way you can do it without money is to share this content and get it out to other people. Okay? And lastly, down there is all the different places you can follow me. I'm on DLive, I'm on BitChute, I'm on Twitter, I'm on, Riddle Girl's on Facebook, and I'm on YouTube if you're watching me on DLive, which some people do. Gee, hey, what's up, Gerald B? I was talking about you earlier. You made it.
Right at the end.
Right at the end. There is a Poison Stinger page. It looks like you.
Yes, there is a Poison Stinger page. You probably need to take it down.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, there is a Poison Stinger. No, I could take it down, or I could just leave it up and let you find it. I don't look at it.
Ever.
Not usually. It's been a long time since I've looked at that page. So that's why I always say, if you want to do the faces of books, go to Riddle Girl. The link is in the description below, right? So send that over to her, and we will, discuss that some more, I suppose. But it's not just here. And that's more of a Saturday thing anyway. Other than that, tomorrow is the day that we vote, not only for the President of the United States, but also for all of our local elections. So I can't implement this enough. I know a lot of people don't think their vote matters. I say it does. And I was one of the people that said it didn't for a long time. But then Trump getting elected and the people trying to get him out of office tells me that voting does still matter. That your vote does still count. Now, whether you vote for Trump or you vote for Biden, I don't really care. What I really want to suggest, though, is you look at your local laws and ordinances and the people running in your local area, and you do your homework tonight. I'm going to be doing my homework tonight. And you go there tomorrow, educated, maybe even with a cheat sheet, right? Write down what propositions you're for and against, right? Do that. Do your homework. Make your cheat sheet. Go out tomorrow and vote. It does matter. It does count. And that's just my opinion on that. I found my coffee cup I left here last time. Nice. Dude, I tried some of that U-Band stuff. Wow, is that stuff caffeinated? I was very jittery afterwards. You might be getting a tin of coffee from me. I don't even know. It's a pretty big one. We got it at Sam's Club.
Yeah, only one pot made out of it.
Only one pot made out of it because, dang, that knocked me on my butt. So you might be getting that for Christmas if you want it. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you. Thank you very much for joining me here. And if you don't forget that we will be here tomorrow at the same time, 7 p.m. And we might be here late because we'll probably be watching, I would assume we're going to be watching the election results. Okay, so we'll probably be here pretty late.
Or we might be waiting in line until 7 p.m. to vote.
You think it'd be that long?
I don't know,
Right.
you know.
If that's the case, we won't be live. But we'll be live at 7 unless we're still in line to vote. All right? Until tomorrow, though, make sure to keep your family close. Watch out for that government. And still, try to live as free as you can in this tyrannical world that we find ourselves living in today. Until then, though, I will see you later. Peace.